Good morning, natural gas. It's Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And today for the spot March contract, we're below $3. We're currently trading at 299.70, down 3.4 cents or 1.12%. And as you can see here, we keep just sliding away. Why? The weather forecasts are just not in agreement. You're going to see that in just a minute. The European model is colder than the GFS, which is weird. And as you can see here, the RSI still kind of sliding down, but not at the same slope as the price. So that could warn us here that we may be due for a change in a few sessions. Let's take a look at the option open interest from CME. And as you can see, we've got a wall of about 200,000 open interest between the $3 and $2 strike. So the highest open interest right here, 59,538 at the $3 strike. And that was down a little bit overnight, but they were adding to the 275s. And as you can see, that is really increasing up here almost to 50,000 open interest. What else is going on? Golden Pass. It's coming online. 303,245 MMBTUs going into the system. Again, this is train one. All three trains would be 2.6 BCF if everything was optimized. But currently, right now, we're about, call it maybe a little bit more than the third of the way full here on train one. So they're definitely introducing natural gas to make LNG. And let's turn to the hourly chart. And again, we're currently trading at 299.80 at the moment. The RSI is trying to hold here and move upward, but it's really going sideways at this particular moment. We're holding above the daily support level, the first one, which is 294.20 on the pivots. We're still below the daily pivot, which comes in at 305.70. So we may waffle here between 294.20 and 305.70 and wait for more weather forecast model results. Let's take a look at the front to back spreads. This is the March versus the April contract. And right now we're currently trading at 7.8 cents, down 1.5 cents or 12.9%. This is really just hovering around this 10-cent area here. Again, remember we had a lot of options here purchased, the 10-cent calls, selling the 25-cent calls, selling the flat puts. So unfortunately, this is going nowhere fast. And let's look at the front to back for Jan versus the April contract. This is Jan 27 versus April 26. And as you can see, we're currently trading at 1806, down 7 ticks or less than 0.39%. Again, the RSI here is trying to see if it will go to a sell signal, which means that this spread should compact, head back toward 168.80. We'll see if this happens. Right now, that would mean some strength in the April contract. Seasonally, natural gas bottoms in March or April. So maybe if this cold weather shows up, we might hit a bottom soon. We'll see. Here's the pivotal weather. This is the wind chill factor model. This is the GFS model. This is the global forecasting system. And as you can see all the way out, we start getting 80-degree temperatures across Texas here on March the 6th. But let's take a look at the European model. And here's what's going on. That cold air from Western Canada is going to move all the way from Saskatoon right down to Atlanta. That's right, the train is cold air going straight from Saskatoon to Atlanta. This is on February 23rd. And as you can see here, it goes all the way down into Florida. This is the European model run. And now we look at seeing if it recycles again, and it does. It looks like it pulls again right in the middle of Canada and then pushes again toward the northeast on the 2nd and 3rd. But this is not on the GFS model. The European model is colder. This is kind of strange, but as we can go forward through the forecast period, this gets us out to March the 5th. Looks like another shot toward the Great Lakes and New England states, as well as the Mid-Atlantic. So we'll see which model is going to be right. Let's take a look at Europe, and we've got some colder weather coming through here again toward the 19th and 20th. That's just a few days out here. And then it warms back up as this cold air pushes back into Russia, Ukraine, and then possibly we get some cooler weather coming in off the Atlantic on the 28th into Spain and parts of France and Italy. But then as we get late in the period, potentially we get some more cold coming through. But Right now, it looks seasonal after this cold wave. Let's take a look at the storage analysis. This is from Kaios. And as you can see here, tracking the fullness right now, we are currently at 33% full. This is the minimum level is 32%, and we're still pulling above the average at this time of year. Again, this is a 2-day lag from the 16th, and we're still pulling more than we are historically at this time of year. So we're going to get quite low in European storage. Let's take a look at Asia. And this is the cold weather that's coming in around the 1st of March, really about the 3rd. And as you can see, it goes down into the eastern provinces of China, Japan, and of course the Koreas. But as we get further and further, it just looks like it disappears. So it's a brief cold, and then it's gone again. How about the United States snowpack? Of course, the snow is covering the upper Midwest, parts of mid-Atlantic states, all the way back to New England, obviously keeping temperatures down. And here's the Great Lakes. Total ice cover around 47.4%. Again, that's helping things keep cooler. How about the U.S. nuclear fleet? Well, it's right now at 7.3 gigawatts today. That historical average is up to 9.1 gigawatts. Previously, this is 8.8 last year. We have Columbia coming back online, and we've got Grand Gulf in Louisiana is down to 100%. And we've got some 50% outages at Hatch, over here at Calvert Cliffs and Turkey Point, as well as LaSalle up in Illinois. What else is going on? Wildfires. This is the wildfire risk. We've been dry as can be across the South, all the way from Texas to Florida. There are fires in Florida, but the biggest ones right now are popping up in the panhandle of Texas into Kansas. This is the Ranger Road fire. This is 145,000 acres that are up in flames around Beaver, Oklahoma, all the way back into Kansas. We've got a few more fires: Stevens Fire, Lavender Fire, 8-Ball Fire. What's the risk here? We've got the granite wash production right up in here. This is that area that we've been getting some nice natural gas growth, so we've got to keep a careful eye. We've got heavy fire risk going through tomorrow. Let's take a look at the stocks. This is the oil and gas E&P sector. Stocks between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float, over 10%. The winner here, SM right now at 8.18%, but CRK down over 10%. Let's again recapping here for the spot March contract. We're currently trading at 299.60, down 3.5 cents or 1.15%. We're going nowhere fast until we can get some convergence on the U.S. weather models. Right now, European is colder, GFS is warmer. Who's going to win? Currently, right now, we're looking at some cooler temperatures around the 23rd, and again, possibly around the first few days of March. Brief cold, then we get back to warmer temperatures seasonally. Again, we bottom out in natural gas late March, early April. So potentially here, we go down a little bit further and hold. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.